We up? Hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? I'm Jake. We are Mint Potion. Thank you for joining us today, and we are going to be writing a whole bunch of music. And this music is for Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment, the new downloadable content that's coming out pretty soon. And if you're just joining us for the first time, I've done the entire soundtrack for Spectre of Torment on stream, and it's all archived. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch all of the songs come together if you choose to. If you prefer to go into it blind, or just make sure you play the game for the first time and hear all the music in its original context, I completely understand. But for those who are willing and are brave, you can hear all of the music before it's even in the game, before it's even finished, before it exists. As it begins to exist, you can hear the very birth of a bunch of different tracks for a real live game that's coming out. And so what we're looking at here is FamiTracker. Now, you may notice I'm not sure how the stream looks today. Let me have a look full screen. Yeah, it's way sharper now. We Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, you can read everything a lot better. So we switched to 1080p instead of 720p. And so if anyone gets that level of detail from their stream, you should be able to. And anyway, it'll compress better, even if it compresses it down to a lower resolution format. But anyway, we made the move today, and should have vastly improved quality. Ba-da, ba-da. All right, so where are we today? Hey, it's me. Um, I have a bunch of stuff finished, but there's actually a new track that has to be done, and this is going to be called. I'm running out of songs. Oh gosh! In fact, I am completely out of songs. All right, because I got to do another one too. I can remove Tower 1 and 4 because I'm using other stuff for those. I didn't actually use a. Oh man, somebody from New Jersey's calling me again. That happens every day. I don't know if I've told you guys yet, but the person that had the phone before me in 2005 when I got this phone is he never told like a bunch of people that he changed his number. So I get calls every day from Union City, New Jersey about the school system. It's like, due to weather, we're closing schools tomorrow. Schools. This is just a courtesy notice to tell you fucking parents that Sorry. Okay, so this one's gonna be called. Um, Search. All right, so explain what I'm doing here. This is FamiTracker. This is a musical spreadsheet. This is used to make authentic, working, actual Nintendo music, or in this case, Famicom music, because I'm using a little bit of extra help in the form of a special chip that was only released in Japan and that only works on the Japanese Famicom. For some reason, they chose to not give the Western version of the Nintendo Entertainment System the capacity to play these extra chips. But luckily, we have the internet and emulators and technology, and I have access to using this as a musical instrument now. So I can use these extra arcane expansion chips and make something cool with them. So that's how Shovel Knight's music exists. It's authentic, actual NES music that runs on a cartridge. If you should so desire to spend an entire megabyte cartridge on, I mean, it's bigger than any game Just the music alone is bigger than any game other than Dragon Warrior 4. Dragon Warrior 4, I believe, is I think the biggest in my good set, and this is like slightly smaller than that, the NSF. So, and I mean the entire game, graphics and everything. It's just the music is the same size as all of the data for an average game, and that's because game music back then was limited by the hardware space that they had, so they couldn't make songs that were like super ornate and going crazy all over the place. They had to simplify it so that they could fit in memory. I had to do that myself when I started out on the Game Boy Color. I had to fit a whole bunch of stuff into memory. Very, very limited memory on these Nintendo consoles, so it got hectic. It was pretty crazy for a minute there. I was like having to manage kilobytes of RAM. Like make a drum set that fit an entire drum kit that fits in like 20 kilobytes. Like what the hell? Like one snare drum is gonna be double that at a decent length. So you have to take white noise and like fake it the way we faked the sound effects yesterday. Made all kinds of creaky chests and glass breaking. Here, let me show you some of these sound effects that I made yesterday. Check it out. That's when you collect a skull. Let's turn my speakers up. Sickles when it hits something. Scythe when you throw it. Charge up the talon and then slash with it. I'm not going to tell you what all these items are, but oh, I like that one. When you're grinding on a rail and when you jump off of it, spin jump off of it. There's a bunch of you know what that is. Anyone who's played an RPG knows what that is. You get power-up items. Critters assemble. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice big Pokemon roar. Ah, and then he laughs at you. Whistles for him. Charges at you. There's a fireball at you. The Griffins in King Knight stage flapping around. Oh, and you slice a cannonball in half? Yes, you could do that. You saw that in the trailer. You just go shing through it. As you can see, each one of these sound effects is just a sequence of notes, the same as if it's drums. Like you've seen me do drums in the noise channel like a bunch of times, and or maybe you haven't. This is the channel you usually use for drums because it's just a, but you can shape it and steer it however you want it. You can make it higher, lower, louder, softer. You can make it really tinny or metallic sounding, or make it sound like the ocean or crickets. You could do a bunch of stuff. Or make a shing. Kick flipping. Oh, the player mobility. Random variations for slashing. Ha ha yeah, you know. You wall climb when you kick flip off the wall. Screw attack. Yeah. Then when you die. So yeah. Okay. So let's go back into the music. So I did the sound effects yesterday. So those are out of the way. I'll probably have to revise a bunch of them, but not immediately. I could focus on the music for right now. then I'd swoop back around and do a fixing pass on the sound effects that don't fit well, or that need volume balance or more variation or less variation. So, yeah, sound effects. Do. Let me check in on see how chat is doing. I've been sort of like wrapped up in starting the stream world. Oh yeah. Good to see all y'all in here. Oh yeah. What's up, Iron Curtain? How's it going? Yeah, we do have a lot in common. I find commonality with all kinds of people. Do. It's always nice. I have a lot more in common with a lot of people than I have differences. One thing I have in common is that I have no idea how I'm gonna write this song. I don't think anyone else does either, because I haven't even said what it's for yet. I gotta do this without spoiling anything. It's a gameplay level, but it's low key. It's a story-based gameplay level, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna give you any setting or the characters involved or anything like that, because it uses the theme from the dance. And it uses them in brand new ways. Basically, we're going to pull a King Knight stage. Alright, so the cool thing about harmony is that by changing a single note, you could change something from uplifting and happy to heavy and somber, just by changing a single note in the exact same song. Or maybe a couple of notes in certain cases, just change to a different scale, but sometimes just a single note, just make it from major to minor or vice versa. Hey, thanks. Cool. Freaking walkie-talkie. Yeah. You know? So yeah, I'm doing a sad. I'm sorry. It's not us. It's gonna be like haunting. Trust me. I've been thinking about it for the past hour, pacing around. I'm gonna be. Oh man, it's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna try to make an interior version of King Knight stage music. Yes, but not today. Today is an unsaddening of dance music. So here's the music that I already made that's going to be unsaddened. And it's going to go in different places. It's not just going to be, I'm not changing a single note. I'm going to completely recompose it to be more of an exploratory piece, driving in the background, and less of a grand ballroom experience. So check out the original track. I'm sorry. I knew that would happen. I leaned on the keyboard at some time in the past. Maybe it was just now, but I think I put a thing in here. Hang on. I gotta find this. There was a nipple slip during the dance or something. I don't know. That was awful. I leaned on the keyboard and it just went like it entered in a bunch of bogus data. So okay, so we're gonna have violin over a fairly straightforward eighth note based. There'll be quarter notes during the main section. Hang on, I just minimized my. So long, a browser. Come on, come back. There you go. Web. The web just disappeared. Okay. All right. Whoever said chiptune can't sound beautiful? Man, that's such a straw man. There's nobody ever said that. You just need to show them a Schnabobula track or Blitz Lunar or Chibi Tech. That's or like a billion other people. Just because some people don't bother with volume commands doesn't mean nobody does. let's bother with some volume commands, but not yet. Let's get some rhythm in here. You know, I will do the eighth note motif. Ooh, I'm all kinds of weird. All right, so the original was in B flat. A flat. So I'm gonna make this one in G because we're gonna have it in a slightly different key to throw you off, so it doesn't sound like a continuate. That version doesn't sound like a mere note swap of the original. It'll sound different enough because it's in the next over key, while still having a similar. All right, this is gonna be fun as hell. All right, let's get started. Let me see what I gotta do speed wise. All right, so I'm trying to think of how I want to start this because I've thought about the main verse, but and the chorus sections, but the refrain sections, but I haven't thought of the intro yet. So wait. Yeah, not cool. I need to be able to. Might have to work in 3. I'm using a groove here, right? Yeah. So it's actually faster than that. All right, cool. I wanted to be slightly slower. Yeah. Whoops. Cool. I don't need that here. Now that I've got the timing down. No, it's not just the music holding it. Everybody is absolutely going crazy right now, as they always have before the release of every game we've ever worked on. And pretty much everyone in the entire industry is like that. There's like music going in at the last minute in AAA productions like all the time. It's sometimes they get everything done months ahead of time, but it's like maybe EA has project managers like that are writing everybody and everyone's performance metric graded. But when you have real people with real lives, sometimes dates slip on things, but still the work has to get done on a certain time. So you're always going to be crunching at the end. It's like an industry standard. But at Yacht Club, it tends to be very unstressful on me anyway. I don't know how things go in the office when I'm not there, but when I go there, everything seems pretty healthy. Like they manage crunch like better than anyone I've seen, and it's fortunate that we trust each other enough to get this stuff done. Like they know that there's going to be no music, and then all of a sudden, all of it's there, and it works out in the end, and everybody's happy, and then we rest, and then make another cool thing. Like that's pretty much how it plays out a lot in every game company I've ever worked at, let alone seen. With that in mind, I gotta hustle on this because there's not a lot of time left for music before it starts to like really inconvenience people. So I got to get it done pretty quickly. But this is a fairly independent activity because not a lot of technical programming stuff has to be done for this. You just put in a track and then change the name to a different cue, different name once it's in, and it takes all of a half an hour to get all the music implemented. But not all the time. Sometimes you have special tricks, like in Plague Night. You remember the da 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 ba. When you press the button, bum ba 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 ba. Like that had to be specially coded in, so that took a little more time. We had to be more careful about that. But for this one, this is just gonna play through. So we're gonna start this real low. Oh yeah. Yeah, this would be way more stressful if it wasn't so much fun. If this were drudgery and I hated doing this stuff because I had just it's difficult and it's not a good challenge and the other people making the game don't care about it, like that would be a nightmare if I had to do all this stuff right now. I wouldn't be laughing and talking with you guys. I'd be like, F my life. I'd just be freaking out all over the place. It would be terrible. Instead, it's pretty stressful in a good in like a good way, if it's even possible to be stressed out in a good way. I'm like excited nervously about it, but it's not really taking much of a toll on my health because I'm sleeping enough. But then I got to work extra hard when I'm not sleeping. It's a compromise to like take enough time to be good to yourself. Ugh. But that's why you develop ways of working faster and smarter and all that. That's why I have a batch script, so I don't have to export sound effects by hand. All right, let's do this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotta pick my attack here. How I want to do these chords. Alright. I may have to change the voicing of this to a different inversion in here. Whoops. Yeah, I need to... because that's not gonna work. No, I gotta voice this different. It sounds awful without the bass, but it needs four parts to convey this harmony. Uh, we'll do that. We'll save that one for later. yeah, that's right. Whoa. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry. There's a lot of this stuff that sounds really rough right now because I'm getting it out of my head. As I'm not trying to figure out how things will work. I'm trying to like get them as close to how they're supposed to sound as I can. Um, and it's I got to do one thing at a time, and the other ones throw me off because they sound so gross. But we'll get there. Promise. Ah. All right, let's get these chords working well. Wow. Mm. Whoa. Yeah, we shouldn't do the seventh there. All right, it's time to start shaping this up. Whoa, hey. Oh, what was that? Hello. I'm gonna save that for later. Oh yeah, make these a little more staccato. Staccato's the name of the game, son. You gotta get in and out real fast. Yeah. Oh! I gotta turn that off. Gag. GAG. There you go. Yeah. Oh, is this a bad vibrato? Good, it's not. Sometimes it clicks and it shouldn't click. Hmm. Oh yeah. Donut, I know you know. I know exactly why you like the little wobble on the notes. It's because it approximates the wobble of a human voice doing vibrato. It's the sound of somebody singing with passion, and that's replicated when you're playing an instrument like a violin. It sounds nicer when it wobbles around. It sounds like it's more on tune and just sweeter when it sort of wobbles around. the center. Instead of stacking up and just being exactly right on pitch, it gives it a little bit of waver, a little bit of like, here, I see what the pitch is supposed to be, but I'm going to be like, yo. It's a nice soothing, it's a soothing wave of happiness or sadness or sentimentality. But it sounds like that's the sound that a human voice has when it wavers, when it's sad, when you're about to cry. Whoa! You have Pavarotti, like who sounds like he's just having the ugliest cry in history. He's oh! Like that it makes it sound just vibrato is a magical thing. So, but you can't overuse it too much. But I'm playing a violin part here, so there's no such thing as overusing it on a violin. Every fucking note. Not that one though. That's the one with the bad. You can't go over 470, for whatever two x2. Ah. Cool. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Whoops. Man, I really wish that. I'm gonna have to move the bass into here because it's not getting the support it needs in the low end. So. Do, 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 do. Ooh, this is coming together. This is gonna be a complicated one. Oh, yeah. Mm. All right, cool. That's such a mess right now because I don't have any volume data or anything on it, and there's notes conflicting in the harmony. I'm just basically trying to get all of the different orchestra parts thrown into their respective channels so I can sort of mold them around and get the harmony sounding tight with proper voice leading and everything. But that's gonna take a bit. First, I gotta get the structure of the song down. It's gonna be more energetic than it sounds right now. I'm just getting the harmonies down. Whoops, that just stops. Hang on. You know, let's just end it there because we got to get through another main verse section. Right. So. Oh God. Come on now. Mm. Let's just keep this simple right here. We can lead up to this again and do more movement, but it's pretty. What a mess here. Yeah. Oh, come on. That's why it's... Still not voiced right. Getting there, though. It's that fucking G sharp. Mm-mm-mm. Gotta be way quieter. Come on, guys, we're blaring on this thing. This is one of those ones. The quieter ones tend to not take shape until way later in the process. They sound like butt until then. So, bear with me here. Yeah, that's whole. This is. I've got to rip this whole thing out because it's not coming together with the voices that I have. I need more framework. But this part is coming out strong. Yeah, this part over here is the weak link. But I don't even like where it goes up to an A here. Let's just try something daring here. Hey, what's up? Hey. Hey. Nice. Oh my gosh. I don't know. What do you think? What should we do? What should we eat? What stream? What should we order? We gotta order some food. Um, I don't know. That's a tough one. What did I eat earlier? Oh, I had taquitos earlier. Oh God! I microwaved a bunch of mozzarella sticks. That was the worst thing I've ever. It was just a glop on the plate, and I just ate it. It was a pancake of melted cheese. Yeah, yeah. I probably won't eat anything now. I'm actually kind of starting to feel bad in my neck. Like maybe need to lie down bad. We'll see. See how it develops. I've been like sweating and getting more like nervous about it since I started this, and it's throwing me off in this harmony stuff. I'm I may need to actually cut it out before too long. We'll see though. We'll see how it shapes up. I took a leave, so ah, I'm trying to like turn my head and stuff. It's a mess. Hmm. Whew. Hmm. What's up? Yeah, so far so good. We're making good progress on this one. I just need to round it out in this pattern here. It's the way I have it framed. The way it is in my head is a lot. It ties together a lot better, but because of the sevenths that I'm using in here, I got to rethink this part because of the way I'm phrasing it. It would be some of the harmonies that are being used as main supporting harmonies here should maybe only be used as passing tones in certain parts of this. So like their accents or hints or like let's see. Anyway, yeah. What's going on? What should we yeah. Yeah, I'm not actually hungry right now. I get some Chips Ahoy in case I need some sustenance, but yeah, I'm not really feeling much of anything right now. Yeah, Thank you though. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Hey. I want to start singing like Enka. I should be singing like 60s like middle of the road pop ballads, doo-wop stuff. Oh, you have my heart. You literally stole it out of my chest for a ritual. Last Saturday. Since then I've been lonely and dead. All right, Let's man, oh god, I started out feeling great and now I'm like I went downhill really fast. I have good days and bad days. Hmm. Maybe if I cool down. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Hang on. It's a sweater, don't worry. Ah, yeah. Let's do this. No. I don't wanna hang around in the tank top right now. I look like pasty dough. Oh yo, my rubber band is in the shape of a wiener. Look, this is on my desk. Got the wiener shape. 10. Wait, you didn't hear that? My rubber band was in the shape of a wiener. Whatever. All right, let's go. Let's make this song. Damn it! I don't like the harmony in here either. It would work better if it were a more folk tuney because that's how it works in the original song. So the pedal won't work in here. That's gonna be better. Yeah, I gotta change the whole chord in here. This doesn't work with this one. I'm trying to tune it out so I can work on just the melody. This is not helping. Yeah, that's. Whoops. Getting there. Do. Gulpine! Yo, what is up? Hey, how's it going? Yo, how's it hanging? It's been a while. It's been a while. It has indeed. Yeah, I've been streaming like every day for the past like year or something like that. It's ridiculous. We've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff here. It's been a ridiculous year. Couple years. There's been a lot happening. So I'm writing music for Shovel Knight right now. I'm up against the deadline. What else is new? But this time it's getting serious because I gotta get like 4 more tracks done for this DLC. If I don't have if I don't have enough luck voicing out this chord transition, this is a really tough one because it's thickly orchestrated in my head, and I'm having trouble getting it out before I get thrown off by something else that shouldn't be there. And that happens a lot. So yeah. So so oh so yeah, you know about Mint Potion. You know the you know the drill. You know what we're up to here. Freaking just doing it live, basically. Doing my entire life now is a series of 1 hour combos, like 6 hour combos. Whoa! What is that? Dun dun. See, that's where I gotta redo the chords in there. So, all right. So there's a bunch of stuff I got to do, and then there's going to be another round going of this, and I have a different chord progression the second time around. So yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Wait. I gotta charge. I gotta charge my vaporizador personal. Vaporizador. Okay. One sec. Oh god, I just got caught on my. Well, that was fun. Hold on. Let me charge this thing. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're back. Dinosaur story. Okay. Whoa, hey. Hey, what's happening? Calling for backup. Wait. Oh man, I was too late. Roger. My two favorite numbers 10 and 4. 10-4. Copy. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of wanna put this on the shelf for now and work on one of the other tracks. But I can't do the one that I want to do on stream cuz it is secret spoilery. There's only a couple of those, but they're like obviously based on like it's the ending track. The timing of it is basically tied to the character melodies that come back and haunt us all. So it's gonna be. I gotta save that one for off stream because it's pretty obvious who's gonna come in when and where, and I don't want to give too much away on that. But good lord, I'm just a walking disaster today. I'm not even walking. I'm a rolling disaster, a roving. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Gullipine's taking off. Ah, well, it was good to see you. Most excellent. Old friends are showing up all the time. It's awesome. I haven't seen a lot of people in a very, very long time. All right. All right. What am I going to do instead? Ah, man. No, let's work on this until we get it. Because I got limited time left, and there's only a couple tracks that I need to do, and one of them is going to be really complicated. So let's just make everything sound pretty for now. Well, That's why. That's why. Hmm. Much better. Yeah. Okay. Not giving up was definitely the right choice here. That's way too drastic. So start it down here. Bam. Oh yeah, that's bad. There you go. I can frame that elsewhere. I don't need that here. Hmm. Ah! I'm selecting from way back in the day. Oh, come on. Numlock is off. Are you really going to do me like that? Why does a numlock key even exist? I just want to disable it, turn it into like a second plus or minus. Use one of those key remapping programs. I've done that shit before. I had to create an insert key on a Mac keyboard. It doesn't have one. It's a function key. There's no insert. But now there is, because hacks. Hmm. A little bit too slow. Got to make it fade up faster. Okay, let's go. Yeah, good. Hmm. Man, you guys are nuts. This is awesome. That's my kind of chatting. Sheer utter chaos. Let's do it. Yeah, max can insert, only destroy, only delete. Can't build anything, only break it. Erase it. Come on, do I got a charge? I got enough of a charge. I'm at 14.8 watts. What's the matter with that? What's wrong with this picture? No, I mean chaos, not a freaking street riot. We're not talking about a rock concert, basically. We're talking about a nice, active scene of awesome people. I can't do much on vibrato here. That's the most I can do. If I do 3, it sounds glitchy. Watch. You hear it? Nope. Whoa. No. Go up there and go down here. Right freaking now. Alright. Come on. Ooh, it's 9 actually. No, it's 8. Yeah, that works. The violin saves the whole piece because it's got that whole like it's got that dynamic range to it. It just kind of fades and slides around. Dude, I'm a Jew. That's in my blood. We can do the weeping. The saddest violin in the world is playing for me always in my head. All right, let's do it. We got that Eastern European swag. Let's get it on. First of all, this is way too freaking loud. That's way too freaking quiet. I don't like this freaking ninth in here. Sorry, I'm being whiny. Oops, what did I just delete? Oh, that's fine. Whoops. What's up, Space Popsicle? Oh, I'm hearing Robbie set up a bunch of stuff. Nice. Not making that mistake. Not doing it. Let's see where we're at so far. Do. Come on. Hmm. Haha, AC3. Yeah. I know exactly what notes I want to have there because I can hear it. If I can play it properly, then it comes out. And an arpeggio is really simple. I know I can follow the harp. I can listen to the harp playing, or even the piano, whatever's playing that part. It's usually their harp or a piano. But I mean, I hear it in chip form as that. It's kind of like a halfway point. Like I could orchestrate it or I could make it a chip tune. It's an arpeggiation that sits in there somewhere. So if I as long as it's a simple part like that, the harmonies are what get me because I got to get the chords. I only have three voices here, one here, and then a melody. And I can also go into the triangle to imply chords. But like that's a lot harder than doing arpeggios and even bass lines because I have to voice it properly. I have to make sure that the root third, fifth, seventh, ninth, 11th, 13th, whatever I'm putting in the freaking in the chord has got to be implied in what I'm writing in very limited space, and it'll trip me up if I'm not careful. Ah. Whoops. I could just pedal the freaking triangle the entire way. This has got some pile ups here. Oh. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Do, do, do. Whoops. Do, 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 do. I don't want to freaking harmonic minor that one. Do, 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 do. Whoops, I'm way. I can just shrink that, but I just lost track because of me being off time here. Gotta fix a couple notes in there. Yeah, the 7th is gonna work there. I don't like the Mm-hmm. Yeah. PD Hobbs. Will these new tracks in the Plague Night tracks be coming to Spotify? I'm not 100% sure. We'll probably put all our stuff on Spotify eventually, but the reason the original tracks are on Spotify now is because of the vinyl. So if these get another physical release, they'll probably get automatically put on Spotify. Or not automatically, but just like as part of the distribution package. But I personally don't go out of my way to put stuff on Spotify because I kind of don't love the way Spotify's business model works. and I kind of want them to go away. Political views, but yeah, I kind of don't love the Spotify ecosystem. It's not because I'm not getting enough money. It's just because of the way it tries to extend the traditional music industry in kind of a sort of a gross locked way. But I much prefer putting my own stuff on Bandcamp because they straight up get it, I believe. But I know it's incredibly convenient for listeners, so sometimes I'm 100% okay with it. I mean, I don't mind if people put my stuff on there. People that I work with, or even if it ends up on there unauthorized, I don't care. Like, I'm not making any money off it either way. So, same thing with YouTube. Like, put all my stuff everywhere you want it. I don't care. But the official stuff, the official releases and whatnot, those will hopefully get a Spotify, and we'll hopefully do like one of those multi iTunes, Spotify, all the different services at once, like CD Baby or TuneCore, those kind of things, or just have whoever's distributing stuff do that. But I'm sure there'll be physical soundtracks of other things in the Shovel Knight universe. All right, let's listen.